Welcome back to another edition of our NBA Weekly Recap Show. You already know who it is. It's your boy Q Walker, aka Nephew Q, and I got this guy with me.
I'll introduce myself, KJ, but I really don't need an introduction, so everybody knows who I am, so it's cool.
You need an introduction. Nobody knows who y'all.
Okay.
Everybody knows me. Everybody know the kid. Everybody know the kid. But anyways, man, we're going to get on to some of this NBA playoff talk. We have the Eastern and Western Conference semifinals up to the Eastern and Western Conference finals. It's been a lot of great basketball, a lot of great dialogue with this basketball that we've had here lately, especially with the whole KD playing without Kyrie and one-legged James Harden, and we'll get to that in a second. But let's start off on the West side. You had the Jazz and the Clippers. I had the Jazz in this series. Did you have the Clippers? No, I think you was rolling with the Jazz.
I picked the Jazz.
Yeah, you had the Jazz with me too as well.
Especially because they were up 2-0.
They was up 2-0.
Yeah.
They were up 2-0, and then Kawhi. No Kawhi.
Kawhi went crazy, and they got in. Tied the series up.
And then
he got hurt.
And then you had playoff pandemic
Yeah.
No, ain't no yeah.
He came alive, didn't he?
Ain't no yeah.
Yeah, he came alive.
Ain't no yeah. And then he came through and saved the day for the Jazz. So let's start off with that series. What were your thoughts on the Jazz Clippers? I ain't even gonna talk about the Denver Phoenix because that was a sweep and there was nothing really to talk about there.
This was a surprise to me.
Are you surprised that the Clippers won? Or are you
I'm
surprised
surprised
about
the
Paul George?
I'm surprised the Clippers won. Paul George didn't surprise me because I knew that he would have to step up because, like, I sent you that message that morning when they said Kawhi wasn't going to play. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, it's over.
Yeah.
That's over.
That's why
Because I was like, ain't no way Paul George is going to lead them to beat the Jazz.
Playoff P.
Playoff
P in the building, baby. That's what he does.
Polyester P.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. Because he shrinks when he gets hot. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, Kawhi got hurt and the Jazz are just like, all right, it's cool. We got it. And they let up. They didn't.
What was your thoughts on Ty Lue's coaching adjustments to attack Rudy Gobert, who was the defensive player of the year?
Yeah, and they let Terrence Mann score 39 points.
So what was your house like? Quinn Snyder, he takes bulk of the blame because it's like, okay, Ty Lue made an adjustment and put Rudy Gobert in pick and rolls.
Yeah.
So now I have to make an adjustment to where we can offset that. And we're gonna talk about this a little bit later with Doc Rivers. Is these coaches have to stop being scared of hurting their star players' feelings by letting them know, hey, look, I can't use you this series.
It's a lot of pressure though when you got that owner sitting up in there looking down at you and you know that's who's signing your check.
That is true. But I'm gonna tell the owner, do you want to win or do you want to sign checks?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? If you want to win, let me make the coaching adjustments I need to make. If you want to just sign checks, well, hell, we'll just
let me do what you paying me to do.
We'll just leave Rudy Gobert out there and let him keep getting cooked one-on-one. Keep getting cooked on pick and rolls. But yeah, Quinn Snyder, he deserves a lot of blame for this because he made zero coaching adjustments to Ty Lue's coaching adjustment to stay small, put Reggie Jackson in pick and roll action with Rudy Gobert and have him on skates, and I don't even know what to say, bro. I really don't know what to say about the Utah Jazz. They had one job.
This was a surprise, like super surprise for me.
Beat Paul George. Yeah, one job.
Reggie Jackson was
I can't forget about Reggie. He came up huge in that series. Marcus Morris came up huge in that series as well. So it was an all-around team effort for the Clippers. Now they're down, as I put this graphic up here, they're down 2-0 yet again. Hey, for the Clippers, the playoffs don't start for them until they get down. They're down 2 games, man, as I put it up here. Man, the first game, Devin Booker had the 40-point. Triple-double. You know what I'm saying? Which, that ain't nothing to sneeze at, especially doing it in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. Especially when you don't have your starting point guard.
So you take it upon yourself in the second half. They just couldn't.
They hit 29 in the second half or something like that.
If I'm Rondo, Pat Bell, Paul George, I'm looking at Ty Lue like, bro, you get out here and do it then.
Somebody check him for me.
I can't do it, but and then they pulled out the victory. Well, the Suns pulled out the victory yesterday because the tip dunk by DeAndre, not tip dunk, but alley-oop tip by DeAndre. Why you make that face?
Because the Clippers had the game won until somebody stepped up to the free throw line.
What happened?
He shoot 86%.
Okay, so that
on
means,
the season.
So that tells me you're gonna hit 3 out of 4. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
And he missed both of them. He did.
I don't know what you want me to do. That's your guy.
Like, he had just come down and hit a beautiful shot over Jay Crowder and gave him the lead.
How you hit that mid range and then you go right back. You can't hit two. You can't even get one.
It was weird though, because he struggled from the line yesterday.
He missed 5 total, I think.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, he seemed uncomfortable at the free throw line, even at the beginning of the game.
Shaking in his boots.
Man.
Shaking in his boots. But yeah, Paul, your guy. And remember, we talked about this before the playoffs. Who do you trust more in these playoffs? You went with Paul George. I went with Giannis. Now we see why I went with Giannis and you went with Paul George.
We'll see.
We'll see. But anyway, let's go over to the Eastern Conference side, where the Eastern Conference semifinals were way more exciting than on the West side, because you had the Hawks and the 76ers. So let's jump on into that first. We're going to talk about what's next for the 76ers, the whole Ben Simmons and Doc Rivers episode. But what were your thoughts on this series, though?
76ers had the series won, kept blowing leads, and I mean, that's
18-point lead, 26.
26.
The game 7, I kid you not. I turned the TV off. I said, I'm not watching this 26-point lead.
There's no point.
I said, I'm not going to watch this. I get notifications I get texts from you. I get notifications. Hawk, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Hawks win game 7. Like, what the hell happened? I go back to look at clips and stuff, and you got Ben Simmons beating Trae Young off the dribble, getting to the cup, and then kicking it out.
I'm gonna pass it over here.
I get right under. I'm 6'10".
Yeah, 6'10".
All I gotta do is just barely jump. Trae Young is what? 6'1"
on a good day.
6'1" maybe. All I gotta do is just barely jump, and it's a layup. Matter of fact, damn all that. I'm about to end on.
I'm pulling this rim down. I'm dunking.
And we get underneath the rim, and we throw a no look pass too at that. Watch his coach.
I got it.
Watch his coach.
Show you what this AAU's about.
And I said that's why they lost. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that is why they lost. And I'm right there with you. This series should have been over 5, 6 at worst.
Yeah.
But then Tobias, whoa, bro, can you give me more than 4? Can I get more than 4 points?
I mean, Joel Embiid out there looking like he's out there on the perimeter trying to shake and bake and shooting jump shots.
You got 3 max players out there, right? One scared to shoot.
Yep.
The other one gave me 4 points, and Joel Embiid in the fourth quarter didn't have nothing.
Just out there shooting threes, just out there playing around.
So basically, we out here. If I'm the 76ers, we out here for cardio.
Yeah, we practice.
We just running up and
trying to get a little run in.
We trying to get a little run in. Hey, let's get a run in if I go to work real quick.
I go to work. You know.
So yeah, man, that and I had the 76ers in that series. Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks, man. I mean, my gosh, but 76ers, bro. We'll get to that later. And then you have the playoff series that probably a lot of people wish there was the NBA Finals, which was the Bucks and the Nets.
Yep.
Thoughts on this series and how it unfolded at the end?
I mean, the Nets jumped on them quick, early.
They did. You talking about the first 2 games? Okay.
Kyrie gets hurt.
Was that
kind of throws everything off. Okay. James Harden got hurt in the very beginning, but as long as they had Kyrie, I feel like they were still gonna win the series. And he got hurt, so he was out. And it was rough from there.
Downhill after that.
KD trying to carry the team, trying to do all he can, but I mean, they can get any offense from anywhere. James Harden comes back and he got one leg.
What happened to Joe Harris?
Who?
What happened to Joe Harris? Where was he at?
He killed all year. You could count on him to make a 3.
In 3-point percentage at 47%.
You could count on him to make a 3.
Oh, if you give him 3 open looks, he's knocking down 2 of them.
At least 2, yeah.
He's knocking down 2 of them, and the third one is just gonna rim out barely.
Yeah. And then he's out there just missing wide open shots.
I think it was 27% in that series from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I mean, everybody keeps looking at KD. He had 48 in Game 7.
49 in Game 6.
49 in Game 6.
No. They lost Game 6, Game 5, because it was 49 in Game 6, Game 5, and then they went back to Milwaukee, and I think Giannis had a 40-point, and then they went back to the Brooklyn Game 7 is when he had it. So I think it was 49, and I think 35, and then he had 48 again. But needless to say,
I mean, they still lost. I mean, what was that he played? He only rested 6 minutes the last 3 games of the series, something like that.
Come on, bro. First of all, that falls on Steve Nash, and I say that
Steve Nash.
I say that from a standpoint of what the hell do we have timeouts for if we're not going to use them?
We gotta use these timeouts. timeouts to get that man some rest.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he looked so tired.
The game 7 overtime, he missed all 6 shots.
All of them were short. Everyone.
And why is that?
He was so tired, man. He was gassed the whole.
He had no legs. Mm-hmm. Fatigue. Any hooper knows when it starts becoming short, you're not getting no lift on your legs. So Steve Nash at that point, let's sit him down for a second. Let's get a timeout. But I'm not gonna use this as an opportunity to bash KD or the Brooklyn Nets, even though I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah, I mean you can't. Anybody who bashes KD for his performance is crazy.
I mean, although I picked, Bucks in 7, but that's neither here nor there right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I picked Brooklyn to make it to the finals, but
yeah, I mean, you're wrong.
I didn't expect all these injuries.
Well, see, here we go. I don't want to.
I know stuff happens, but
no, KD that guy.
What's the next topic?
KD that guy. All I'm saying is, if KD is what you and your cousin Skip Bayless say he is, take him on home.
Well, he was about this far from taking him home.
He was.
He got feet like yours. Is the problem.
Like mine. But nah, man. And all jokes aside, I am honestly glad KD lost, but not for the reason why you think so.
Mm-hmm. Why you glad?
So therefore, and this started. And I hate doing this, and I said this on Monday's show. Mm-hmm. It started with LeBron James. Mm-hmm. People having these unrealistic expectations of players and what they're supposed to be doing with the talent that's out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? For the longest, for LeBron James, it's, well, if you in that GOAT conversation, if you the best player, beat them without AD.
Yeah, just go on.
Beat them without Kyrie and Kevin Love against Golden State. If you that guy, do it. And then when he doesn't do it, see, LeBron ain't what he thought. I told y'all he ain't this. I told you he ain't that.
KD's still that man.
No. I'm not.
When you look across and you got KD and you got Giannis and Drew Holiday and
Chris Middleton
and all them people on the squad. I mean, what are you gonna do?
That's my point.
That's
why I said I'm glad that KD lost, because now you have all of these KD apologists using the same excuses that LeBron James fans have.
It just goes.
And I'm like, see, it takes more. One guy's not gonna be the team.
We can go all the way back to Jordan.
One guy's not gonna be in the early late 80s.
Boston. He lost to Detroit.
Yeah, like one guy is not going to beat one team, and that's why I'm glad that the KD lost, so people can see that there are certain circumstances that prevent you the injuries, like you said. And people were wishing and hoping that KD would lead them, and they see that KD had 40-point games, and it still wasn't good enough.
He gave everything.
It still wasn't good enough. So hopefully we can kill this whole narrative of players, of fans unrealistic expectations of these players and what they're supposed to do with the limited amount of resources that they have on their squad.
When it comes down to it, even though you the man, it's still a team.
I got to have somebody. It's
still a team. I got to have somebody.
I got to have somebody. And I said on Monday, if it was KD and Kyrie, they would have won this series.
Yeah, they would have won the series. Yeah.
They would have won the series. Like it would have won maybe 5 games.
Yeah,
maybe, but
six at best. It's,
But the realistic, knowledgeable people know that, right? And they'll say, well, we don't expect LeBron and the Lakers to beat the Suns. They don't have AD. We don't expect them to beat Milwaukee. They don't have a healthy James Harden and Kyrie. But then you have these unrealistic people. Oh, well, if he's KD, he's supposed to beat the Bucks. He's supposed to beat the Bucks. He's supposed to beat them. It's like, nah, brother.
He gonna guard everybody and come down. He gonna pass it to himself.
That's not how.
Post himself up.
Get thrown by himself.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how this goes, my guy. But anyways, on to the 76ers, blowing, like you said, multiple point leads and taking the Hawks to 7. The Hawks taking them to 7 games. Ben Simmons in the games 4, 5, 6, and 7 didn't shoot one time in the fourth quarter.
He only shot the ball 45 times. How many times did he shoot the ball the whole series? 45 shots the whole series.
Bro,
7 games.
Another stat for you that I seen. In this series, Ben Simmons missed as many free throws as Steve Nash did his whole playoff career. Let that sink in. He missed more free throws in this series than Steve Nash did his whole playoff career. But we'll get to Ben in a second. What's next for the 76ers?
I mean, they're not going to get rid of Doc.
Okay.
I mean, I was on Doc's side, but you always on Doc talking about him blowing leaves. He did it again.
He did it to you again. Just when you start to get hope, Doc rears his ugly head.
I've been saying for over a year now they should have traded Ben Simmons.
You did. You was on that. I got to find that clip of you last summer saying that Ben Simmons got to go because I think we were saying it's not going to work. Somebody has to go.
Yeah,
Joel or Embiid. I mean, Joel or Ben, and you said Ben Simmons.
Yeah, they should have got something for Ben Simmons. Got somebody else that can score. I mean, he's great on defense. Mm-hmm. He can rebound. He gonna get some assists. But as far as like opening the floor up, stretching the floor, he's not gonna. And mentally, he's just I don't know. He's not gonna shoot the ball.
I don't know what's going on with that guy. I found out later on. I think it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, that the James Harden trade was going to go through. Mm-hmm. James Harden for Ben Simmons. Mm-hmm. The reason why it didn't go through is because the owner of the Rockets vetoed it because he didn't want to make a deal with Daryl Morey, who is now on the 76ers.
On the 76ers, yeah.
So it could have been James Harden and Joel Embiid
and Tobias Harris.
But the Rockets owner was, Petty Betty was like, nope, nah. Deal allegedly, that's what the source said, is that the deal was in place. It was good to go, and he vetoed it because of Daryl Morey.
And it's a smart move.
Because it was a smart move because you would have potentially had either John Wall and Ben Simmons in your backcourt.
Ooh, boy.
Or I don't know if Westbrook was traded at the time, but Westbrook and Ben Simmons in your backcourt.
Been a lot of bricks to clean up either way.
And the first pick of the 2021 NBA draft, the Houston, I mean, they damn near still got the first pick, even without it. But I'm going to put this graphic up here about Ben Simmons as well.
I hope this isn't true.
This is according to Stephen A. Smith. He said he received a text message from somebody very close to the situation in Philly about Ben Simmons. He doesn't work, he doesn't listen, and everyone around him is family, and it is constantly baby. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I wish it weren't true. I mean, it sounds like it is. I wish it wasn't true because he has potential to be like, bro, if he could shoot, oh man, it'd be ugly out there.
That's the frustrating point. But Keezy, at the same time, he's about to go into his 6th NBA season, fifth season playing. 24. He's only 24, but I would love to know how many shots he's taken in his whole career so far. In his 5, well, he just completed his 4th season, but his 4th season, how many shots has he taken total? I would love to know that.
Probably about 10 shots outside the paint.
If you had to guess.
In 6 years.
If you had to guess, I would say 200 shots total. I would say 200, and that's including layups and dunks. 200 shots total for my guy. But you had mentioned about the playoff totals as far as him shooting. I'll put this up here for you. In 34 career playoff games, Ben Simmons has made 5 shots outside of 10 feet from the basket. Is that your face on that? Is that your
5
face?
shots outside 10 feet.
What does that say, dog?
I mean, if I was guarding him, I would stand from here to. I'd give him 10 feet.
But the thing is that he makes it so easy for the defense, right?
Oh yeah.
If I'm Nate McMillan, which he did a great job of this. Oh, who's guarding Ben? We doubling off of Ben every time.
Yes, double off him
every time. He's not shooting. He ain't going nowhere. What's he gonna do?
Run down in here in the paint. We'll just close it.
We just close it out. Yeah. So he makes it so much. He makes it easier for the defense, and that's probably a big reason why the Hawks were able to come back in a lot of these games. Because if we double Embiid, tire him out, worst case scenarios, Steph Curry goes off, which he did.
Yes.
But it didn't do nothing.
No.
It was off or not. So what do they do with Ben Simmons?
I don't even know. I don't think they can get as much for him now as they could have before. But I know some people are gonna look at him and say he's only 24. Mm-hmm. So they might take a chance on him and give up, a lot.
You think the Philly gives it one more year, the being an Embiid experiment? One more year?
I don't know if all this negativity surrounding. I don't even know if they can give it another year or not. Because somebody's not gonna be happy. I don't know.
Embiid.
Ben. Doc Rivers.
I think Doc is cool. Doc is like, fuck it, I don't care. I think Joel is upset because he's like, bro, I'm playing out here on a partially torn meniscus or whatever he had, and this is what you give me? I'm out here putting my body on the line literally, and you out here just like, it's whatever.
He's hurt. Ben Simmons took 4 shots.
Did you see his press conference
7.
after the game? He was just like, they asked him about the non-shooting. He was just basically saying, he was just like, I am who I am, and it is what it is.
Oh, well.
Nah, bro.
You are who you are, and you can pack your bags and get
Nah,
up
bro. You got to get up out of here with that type of attitude, bro. You got to get up out of here. Ain't it is what it is type of ordeal. But I think they give it one more year because, like you said, all of the GMs just seen what took place in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So why am I going to give you a king's ransom for this guy?
For him.
And he's a max player, so that means I got to gut my team to get him.
No. And all these videos you see him shooting all these jump shots in pickup games in the summer, that's fine. Because ain't no pressure on you in the summer.
I'm playing pickup.
You playing around.
Playing pickup. On top of that, I think those videos, I think they video edited anyway. I don't even think that's really him out there shooting for real. I think it's a green screen and he just out there for real because ain't no way. But I don't think Ben Simmons gets traded because, like you said, what can you really get for him? Doc will be back next season because, I mean, what are you going to do? Fire him? I mean, what we doing the Pelicans thing here? We're firing the coach after 1 year? So I don't think.
The whole squad will be intact again next year. See y'all next year.
See him in the Eastern Conference semifinals again because Brooklyn will be back. But speaking of Brooklyn, what's next for them?
I mean, they'll fill the roster out with some bodies and hope everybody stay healthy and go from there.
So, Mike James, who filled in for Kyrie, he'll be a free agent. Uncle Jeff Green is a free agent. Blake Griffin will be a free agent. Bruce,
they'll bring him back on some veteran minimum or something.
You think so?
Yeah.
Bruce Brown is a restricted free agent, so that means if a team sends an offer, the Nets have the ability to match it.
Oh, well.
You let him go?
Bye. See you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate
you.
We appreciate your services. And then you have Spencer Dinwiddie, who already opted out of his contract.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to re-sign him.
So that leaves you with DeAndre Jordan, the big three, Claxton. That's it.
Yeah, they'll fill it out just like the Lakers and everybody else usually do whenever they,
So you think they'll get a whole bunch of? You think players will be willing to sacrifice money? Veteran players like the Blake Griffins and the LaMarcus Aldridges and players of that nature.
Because they made enough money.
Okay.
It won't be about the money. It's trying to, people are trying to get a championship at that point.
Yeah, I think this Nets team will look completely different.
Oh yeah,
it'll be completely different.
Still have, but the only photos you'll see will be the big three. Yeah, you won't even know who else is on the team.
Load management for them three next year.
They should, because I don't think it's not really gonna matter what seed they get.
For them, for a team like that, it don't matter. They gonna come and do whatever, whenever, wherever. So it really ain't gonna matter. So okay, load management for next season. But speaking of the playoffs, let's get back to that one time for the one time. You got Clippers, Suns, Bucks, and Hawks. 4 teams. Who's the best player left in the playoffs right now? And if you don't say this person's name, this show is over right goddamn now.
Giannis?
Yes.
Giannis had a quiet 38 or something like that in that Game 7 against the Nets, did he?
Yep.
Nobody even knew because everybody was focused on KD, but Giannis had 38.
He 40.
40?
Yeah, 40. Yeah, he had a 40. He gave KD every one of those 40.
Drew Holiday carried him into overtime.
That's neither here nor there.
Giannis didn't do nothing in overtime.
That's neither. We got us here. Okay.
Giannis out there shooting 45 seconds to shoot a free throw.
You just told me it's a team sport.
It is a team game.
Well, Drew Holiday, you on this damn team, so you need to contribute.
Middleton.
Oh, he came up clutch.
Yeah,
he came up clutch. Yeah, he's out there doing his Kobe Bryant impression. He got to the free throw line. He did a spin around. The jumper put him up 113 to 111.
You're so happy.
Yeah. Nah. That wasn't. Not at all. Not at all. But I just needed the damn Lakers to still be playing right now. That's what I needed.
Why?
That's because I just did. The Brooklyn guy. And then to be honest, since we're keeping it a buck on this show, I need the Clippers to lose 2 games too.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
I need the Clippers to lose 2 games
if
too.
If Kawhi don't come back, they blew that game last night. They had a chance.
All right.
But they blew that. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. But who you got as the best player left in the playoffs?
Giannis.
Okay, that's all. I thought your UK guys out there.
I was gonna say Book.
Devin Booker's the best guy left in the playoffs because according to Stephen A. Smith, he's Kobe Bryant 2.0.
I mean, hey.
Don't.
He's the best scorer left.
So you got Booker, Trae Young, and Paul George, natural scorers. Out of those 3, Trae Young.
The guy that was 5 for 23 and 2 for 11 in the game 7.
He had an off night.
He had an off night. He shot like that the whole series.
He had an off night.
Just because he hit a few threes from the logo, everybody's like Trae Young. Mm-hmm. He's shooting about 30% in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. He knocked out. Trae Young is the New England killer. What I mean by that is he took care of the New England area. He knocked off the New York Knicks, get them on up out of here. The Philadelphia, get them on up out of here. Yeah,
I feel you.
So he's the New England killer right now. Now he's about to go home in 4.
Probably.
Yep, go home in 4. So we both agree that Giannis is probably the best player left in this draft. I mean, left in the draft, in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So, PG, now we get to the fun part of the show.
Yes.
You already have, like we mentioned earlier, the Clippers being down 0-2 to Phoenix, and we joked that the Clippers don't play until they're already down 2-0.
Yeah.
So
they don't have that man with them six braids straight back though.
The prison braids, the six back, the fresh six back.
When he come out there with them fresh 6 or 7 straight back, it's home.
You in trouble.
Yeah, but he ain't out there.
Don't let that boy get his hair done that same day.
Oh, if he get his hair done the same day,
you in trouble, boy. You in a whole heap of trouble, then, boy.
He got it slicked down right around.
I got the baby hair going down. Somebody's in for a long night tonight, boy. Because I'm giving somebody 30.
Up and I'm getting 30.
Somebody's getting this 30 piece today, but yeah, I'm right there with you, Keezy. This is I get a Clippers 1.
They had one last night. They might get swept.
Damn, Keezy, you don't give them 1?
Nah, bro. Chris Paul's coming back game 3.
But yeah, Chris Paul coming back game 3, and he's playing against the Clippers.
They won twice without Chris Paul. And Chris Paul's going to a building that he's very familiar
That's
with.
what I'm saying, yeah. And it's going to be a little extra because of the whole Clippers situation. Yeah. I still give them 1, though.
1? All right, 4-1 Suns.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, 4. And the only reason I say this is because Clippers will get 1 at home. Reggie Jackson will go crazy. I don't know what's going to go on with Marcus Morris right now with his injury. I don't know what's going on with that situation. But yeah, and Terrence Mann, I have a big game because they'll be at home, and everybody knows role players play better at home.
He had his one game.
The Jazz series.
He had his one.
I mean, he gonna have no 39, but he might pull out a
12, 13.
He might pull out a 20 to 22 point game. Before we both got 4-1.
Yeah, either way, the Suns going to the finals.
Yeah. Then you got Milwaukee and your Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, I feel like Milwaukee is 6.
God, you just don't give nobody no hope, no nothing.
Nah.
I'm gonna say Milwaukee in 5. To get this over with because the New York Knicks series, did they go 6? I know it didn't go 7.
I think it was 6.
Okay,
no,
so
it was 5.
5. Okay, 4-1, and then we go 7 games. I don't know how much Atlanta has left in them.
Well, we're gonna see because when Drew Holiday get out there and sit down in that chair on Trae Young, we're gonna see what he do then. He gonna be real frustrated this whole series.
Ben Simmons made our defense, right? Mm-hmm. Trae Young still cooked his ass.
He didn't cook him. No, he didn't. I just told you he was shot about 30% from the field that whole series.
So
it wasn't Trae Young. It was the rest of the Hawks.
Bogdanovich and what's my boy with the red hair?
Yeah, he killed them.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and Trae Young cooked Ben Simmons. I don't care what you say. I don't care what the stats tell me. I don't care what the statistics, analytics.
He killed him, didn't he? It don't matter what it says on the paper. Exactly what happened.
Light skin on light skin crying.
Cooked him. All right.
And he had Ben Simmons out there on skates.
All right.
You better get somebody new out here, coach. You better get somebody sub, get him out of here. But anyways, yeah. Let me
wait till they put this dark skinned dude on him. See what happens.
Drew Holiday gonna shut this shit down.
Yeah. It's okay.
But only because Trey's tired.
Ah,
he's tired. He just had to take care of New York. He just had to take care of Philly. He's tired, bro.
He's tired. All right, I'll give it to him.
Tired.
He's tired.
Nah, but Milwaukee's just too big for him, man.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's too big for him. I don't think they have anybody that can contend with Giannis. Chris Middleton, I think he'll have a great series. I think Drew Holiday will probably be the star of this series. Yeah, I really do.
He too big for Trae. He gonna post Trae up a lot.
I would hope so.
He gonna post him up a lot.
I would hope so because Mike Budenholzer almost lost his damn job. So I would hope that he's like, you know what? Let me make sure I make all the right adjustments this series.
Yeah, he got
so we can get this over.
Budenholzer would have got fired if Kyrie and James Harden did get hurt.
It'd have been another coaching vacancy.
Yeah, they've been looking for a new coach.
It'd have been another.
He's on his way out.
And J.K. would have been back up there. But yeah, this is over, man. Giannis, it's just too much firepower on that squad. Yeah. So we'll have the Suns versus Bucks, and we'll give our predictions about that a little bit later. But if you had to say, since we both got the Suns and the Bucks, who would you say is the title favorite though?
The Bucks.
I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to jinx shit. I don't want to jinx. I don't have.
You think Chris Paul is gonna lead the team?
I don't have a title favorite.
You don't have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
You don't even care. The Lakers ain't playing.
We've been at this thing for 18 seasons.
I thought you was a Cavs fan.
Why are we bringing up old shit? Like, why are you worried about that? That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But LeBron has to let somebody else win it.
Let somebody else win.
Let somebody else win it.
He let a lot of people win.
He did.
A whole lot of people.
He
win.
let a whole lot of people win.
Yeah.
Man. But I'm gonna put this graphic up here real quick. According to ESPN, just Sports Center. None of the 4 remaining teams in the NBA playoffs have won a title since the NBA-ABA merger in 1976-77. I actually kind of like it.
I do too.
Like this.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, me and my partner was talking about it, and I was like, I'm kind of glad there's no LeBron and KD because people can watch and enjoy the games without hitting narratives and storylines behind the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's dope that we got these 4 teams with these, I call them Generation Next stars. You got the Booker, you got DeAndre Ayton, you have Trae Young, what's the Collins kid, the one who John Collins posted
banged all on Joel Embiid, didn't he?
Like, man. But anyways, and then you have Giannis, which I think he's still under 25 or 26 at the most, I believe. So you have the next wave of NBA stars being put on display. But damn, I couldn't even get that sentence out because I was thinking about the Collins dunk on Embiid. To be honest with you, and then he had the shirt on.
The shirt after
the game. I was like, yeah, but yeah, I think it's dope. I think it's a fresh approach. I think it should be good for the NBA.
Yeah, let everybody know what's coming up.
And not even that, but you have these different markets now that are more. You have Milwaukee, small market.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, that is what it is. Atlanta, on paper, theoretically, it's a small market, but to us, it's a big city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same thing for Phoenix as well. So I think it's going to usher in a whole new generation of fans because you got these 4 teams that aren't used to being in this position before.
Yeah.
So I think it's dope.
I like it.
I do. I think it's exciting. Gives it that whole college March Madness Final Four type of feel to it.
Does.
You know what I'm saying? Where anything can happen. We have our predictions of who we think, but there's no clear-cut favorite.
Right, you never know.
There's no Brooklyn. There's no Lakers. There's no Kawhi and PG Clippers.
Yeah, this whole playoff race has just been it's been crazy. It's been good though.
It's been good.
I've been entertained, highly entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Man, I'm entertained.
I'm definitely entertained, and I've been entertained by how wrong you've been every single show. But
Really? Since when?
Let's see. You got the Knicks Hawks series wrong. You got the Hawks.
No, I didn't.
You got the Hawks.
I said Atlanta in
wrong.
7.
I don't remember.
They still won.
And then you got the Brooklyn Milwaukee series wrong.
Okay, I missed that
and
one.
And then you got the Jazz Clippers series wrong. And then
that's because they was down 2-0.
And then you had Denver beating the Suns in the second round.
No, I didn't.
I mean, you just been
I
wrong.
did not have that.
That's what I remember.
No,
that's what I remember that playoff. And then you had the Lakers with just LeBron beating the Suns.
No, I didn't have that either. Nope.
And then you had Portland beating Denver.
Nope, that was wrong.
I remember that. The only one you had right was the Jazz versus the Memphis Grizzlies. That's the only one you had right.
No. I've been right a lot.
Yeah, you had that right.
I ain't been wrong yet.
And then let's see,
I might have missed something, but I wasn't wrong.
You said Miami would beat Milwaukee. I remember that quite vividly.
No.
Yeah. You've been wrong. All of them except for one.
No, we had somebody else in here talking about Miami was going to beat Milwaukee.
Oh, he ain't been back since.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He ain't been back since, and I don't blame him. Shout out to Dion. He claimed he working, but nah,
you get one tryout, but when you
get one tryout,
talking about,
Oh, man. But, yeah, we get ready to get up out of here. We appreciate everybody who tuned in to another great show of our NBA Weekly Recap Show. You can always catch it on YouTube, of course. And then if you can't watch it on YouTube, you can always stream it on all major podcast streaming platforms. iHeartRadio.
Yep.
You got Spotify. You got Apple Podcasts. You got the Google Play Store. We are on Amazon Music now. And then also on SoundCloud. So there's no reason why you can't sit down and listen to a show, man.
We everywhere.
We everywhere. We everywhere we need to be. But KJ, you got something you want to say to the people before we get on up out of here, man?
I'm not gonna say it this week. I'm not gonna say it.
Why not?
I just want to tell everybody, have a good week at work.
Have a good week at work. That's how we go in the show. Have a good week of work, everybody.
Yeah,
Y'all have a good one. Well, he ain't gonna end it that how he normally does, but I am, man. I want we ready to get on the out of here, but before we do, we want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And we had this thing, man. Peace.